Alright guys, today we're going to be going over a little beta. I think we're going to start off with going with the Paladin Healer here. We're going to start off with it first. My Pally Healer is 101, I think. And we're going to do a dungeon. I want to kind of show people the new rotation on healing and things like that. So let's go ahead and get into it. We'll go ahead and start that out. This is the class hall for the Pallies. All paladins, of course, we'll see it here. So this is the Pally healing weapon. This is going to be your artifact weapon. I should get a Q pretty quick. It shouldn't take long to get a Q. So of course the garrisons are gone in the expansion, but we still do have some little bit of sending followers out and things like that. As you can tell, I've been playing this character a little bit. I've got some gear in there I need to sell. And if you haven't heard, the gear or the gold is going to be hard to make in this expansion. So I suggest right now, if you are leveling up and you know you got a few hundred, do some mode raids, do things like that before it just gets so far out of hand that you aren't able to make gold that much anymore. As you've seen right there, I also I had enough my garrison followers were so high that I had a 105% chance. I don't really know if that matters, but I mean it's pretty cool. We're not gonna go for this. I'm not going up there now. I can't believe I got a Q yet. What's up with that? But I'll start off. I'm gonna show you my, of course, my specialization is holy. So my level 15 talent, you have Bestowed Faith, Light's Hammer, and Crusader's Might. I went with Light's Hammer. Basically, it's the same as it's always been. You throw the hammer out there and it heals everybody in the radius of it. 30, Divine Steed, Unbreakable Spirit, and Roll of Law. I went with Roll of Law. And, of course, we would get a dungeon now. But I'm going to show you, there's a lot of new things they've brought in for Pally healers. You have to be in range to be able to heal. So it's definitely something that's going to be a little new to people. Maybe you've healed on Paladins before. Maybe you've did different things on Pallies. My UI is garbage right now, so please bear with me. The group, I'm not the best healer right now because my UI is just trash. But yeah, as you can see, I'm doing damage and it's throwing out some heals. So I got beacon up, so every time I'm healing, everybody else is healing. Or healing, everybody else is going to be healing the tank because he's obviously my beacon. There's Hammer. Some of the new things is animations. Animations, some of them you may see is different. Most of them is pretty much the same. But there is a few differences in this. As you can see, some of my abilities, like my Crusader Strike right there, even though I'm a Blood Elf, everybody's look the same. See? Well, let me get closer to one. She spins right there. And I think that's pretty cool. I think they really did a good job with animations and stuff like that. This is a new game, guys. It really is. This is nothing like anybody's ever played before. Any WoW expansion, any past WoW that you've played, that you may be like, it was good, but was it? No, this is a completely new game. This game is, in my opinion, is going to make a huge impact on people. Maybe people didn't like the game before. Maybe they didn't, it just wasn't for them. With the movie coming out, with everything around the movie, people going to see the movie, things like that, I think this is a great way to promote WoW. I really do. I feel that this is one of the top ways that they can do things that they can do to promote WoW. As you see in the past, WoW's not always been. With the past two expansions especially, it's no surprise to anybody that the gameplay, the dungeons, the raids, everything was just so out of whack, I guess. For lack of better words, it just wasn't as good as what it used to be. You know, you had one raid tier in this last little bit of game, and personally, we were clearing the first raid tier before I quit, easy. Then I came back and we did a little second raid tier. We switched to Horde. We started playing Horde a lot. I was tanking on my Paladin, and I love tanking. That's one of my favorite things to do in the game is tank. So I was always main tank. But I mean, just the difficulty of it now was just so easy. I mean, I play this vanilla, and I haven't seen an expansion that the raid tier was this easy in a long time. And that's something that made a lot of WoW players and hardcore players mad. I mean, yeah, the mythics were hard. Mythics were difficult. I wouldn't say that they were so hard that you couldn't do them, but they had their difficulty. Now you had to know the mechanics. You had to have a few raid wipes, stuff like that, just so you could learn everything. But as far as being able to do it, it was doable, and it was fairly easy in being doable. A lot of people will degrade it because it wasn't hard. It wasn't that hard up into Mythic. I mean, your heroics were pretty much nothing. I mean, your heroics were like a normal used to be. I know I'm kind of getting away from the gameplay of the Holy Valley, like I said I wanted to do, but that's important facts that people should know, that this game has made a huge turnaround in the fact that this Shaman is just taking crazy damage. That the game has made a complete 360 in my opinion on gameplay. So right here we're approaching the first boss. Nice, got some artifact power there, 75. But you'll see right here I may use my artifact if need be, but I don't know if I have to. I think this takes like one. Oh, he's only one-on-one, so we may have to. But like I said, the game itself has just changed in so many ways, and it's good. It's a good way that it's changed. A lot of people. I've never been one to criticize WoW. I think WoW has always been a top-notch game. Now, with that being said, I don't think it's obviously not what it used to be. It's not. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll have to use my artifact weapon here. But I will, even if I don't have to use it before it's over with. But I just don't think that the game is what it used to be. In the sense of, if you watch my YouTube videos, I made one of the Fire Mage PvP. PvP is something that is not ready to come out yet. It definitely needs to be fixed. It has to be fixed. It has to be tuned. You can't have protection paladins doing massive amounts of damage like they are. Now, with that being said, you also don't, you want everything to be fair. You want everything to be balanced. And I understand that, but at the same time, you also want everything to be ready before it comes out. And I was one that, when I heard August 30th release, I was like, no, please, do not wait that long. But getting into beta was awesome because I was able to see, the game isn't ready yet. They're doing a good job on the game, and I think they realize, and I think they really take into consideration the fanboys like myself and a lot of people's requests to, give us this. We're just asking for this. Make the game harder. Make it enjoyable. Make it harder. Make it to where people are able to, have to work for what they get. No instant gratification where you can just buy the 100 boost and come straight into the game. Because to be honest, you can. You can't with these. You know, that's the thing. You know, a lot of people don't like the boost. And I wasn't a big fan of it personally. I never thought it was a good idea just to give some random person a boost to 100. That's the way you create a lot of trolls, a lot of negativity. A lot of people hate the game because they're playing with people that's never even. I just hit 102. That's never even played WoW before, and they come in with 100 that we've been working on for years and years and years. The same character. I just don't think that that's fair to the veteran players who have worked and grinded and may play the same character, may different things. Had a lot of memories with those characters. I mean that sounds kind of nerdy, but it is what it is. You know, when you have experience in a character, I put a lot of time into my first character. My first character was a warlock, a gnome warlock. I still have it, and I still have my paladin I made too. He's my main. But that's the thing. When you put so much time and effort into something, you want those other people to work for what you had to work for what everybody else has had to work for. Everybody started off not knowing what to do. Everybody started off as what everybody considers to be a noob. But in the end, I think everybody realized that, that time that you have with your character, that time you spent leveling and all that, over time, you learned how to play your character. You did. You learned the proper mechanics, how to work this, how to work that. Different things that you learned along the way helped you become a better WoW player. And I think that's a lot of people miss out on that when they can just boost their character to 100. I think that's a big problem with WoW today, is that boosting is become a thing that's so common now with people, where you can just boost and have a level 100, and a lot of people hate that, and I hate that personally. I'm sorry if anybody watching this video has ever boosted a character, but I think everybody should earn it. I think everybody should go back like I did. Come here, Tank. Where you going, Tank? I think everybody should go back like I did and level their characters up. I've been through it. I've played every expansion. With the exception of Myth Pandaria, I did play it, but it was towards the end because I just couldn't bring myself to play a panda. But I did play it. I mean, I have experience in that. I have, my account's never been down, I guess, per se. I've always had a good time playing WoW. I've always, played it with buddies, enjoyed I guess kind of a friendship you build in playing WoW. You can meet a lot of cool people online playing WoW. I've always had buddies play it. I've always had, this and that. But one of the most, I think, the best experiences I've had is been able to, play with buddies, enjoy it. But I'm gonna get to the pally healing here in a second. I mean, you can see the animations have changed. Holy shock! Like I said, you have to be up on your melee to heal. The farther away you are, the less healing you do, which is just awesome. I love it that way. That's kind of cool. It reminds me of I don't know if a lot of people have played it before, but Warhammer, when it first came out, the Warrior Priest, it had the same concept to it. You had to be, in melee range to be able to do damage, to be able to heal, and it was just awesome. And I love that aspect of that game. I love that game. I would still be playing that game if it was still out. But unfortunately, trying to shut it down, so you had to find something new to play. And it was known as the WoW killer, but it didn't kill WoW. So, but anyhow, as you can see, something new they've added is a lot of let's say that, but they've added that where take 50% of, not 50% of your health, but 50% of, what is it? Is the heal now 54k equal to 50% of the healing done you take damage of, which is not something I use a lot, as you can tell. Basically, your main abilities are going to be Holy Shock, Lot of Dawn, and Holy Prism, which everybody's had before, so everybody knows a lot about that. Your long arm of the law is what this used to be, is now the rule of the law. It allows you to reach out, maybe if you're in DPS up here right in melee range, and you need to get a heal off to a mage or something, a lock, Shadow Priest, anything like that. It allows you to reach out and heal like that for 10 seconds. So that's that could be a raid mechanic. You know, you get a boss out there, need to heal, everybody spread out. You know, you're not gonna be able to reach out there. So that's something that's cool. It gives you that aspect of it. But there's a lot of great things in it. This dungeon is I really like this dungeon. I really like the animations about it. I really like a lot of things about this dungeon, and I think they did a great job. You know, speaking from somebody who's played a little bit of the beta, you know, I haven't got a 110. I really don't want to get a 110. I want to kind of stray away from that because of the simple fact that I don't want to get burnt out, and I don't get to keep this character. So why in the hell would I work it all the way to 110 and then, you know, just sit there and let it go to waste when, you know, I could be doing something else like playing Overwatch or something like that. And I'm very grateful I did get into the beta. I know a lot of people are still trying. You know, I don't have keys. You know, not a big enough YouTuber and or streamer to hand out keys. Well, maybe one day. But I think, and I'm hoping, since the movie came out, it's going to give a lot of people, you know, maybe maybe an idea, maybe, heck, maybe I want to try it. Maybe I want to come back and try it, just to see what it's like. And I really wish a lot of people would, because like I've said, this expansion is just amazing. And, you know, even though it is in beta, it is just awesome. You know, your legendary weapon is just awesome. I mean, how many expansions do you get where you get a fucking legendary weapon? You get to battle with weapons that, you know, you see in the movies, you read about in the books, you see in the game. You know, that's not something that you get to do in every game, you know. And I think that's awesome. I do. I just think it's so cool. And the thing that I have to give WoW is it's, even over the years, it's not turned into Battleman. And I love that. I love that about the aspect of it. Sure, you can buy level 100, but that doesn't automatically give you the best gear in the game. That doesn't automatically do this for you. That doesn't mean anything. Personally, in my opinion, if you buy level 100, people can tell. I've always been able to tell in raids and stuff like that, you know, a boosted account is in there. You know, you have a character that's geared out in different things. And even buying accounts with it, I don't think that's as big anymore. You know, you really hate to say if it is or not because you don't know, but I think WoW kind of killed the market on that when they made the 100 boost. I'm not, you know, I don't, like I said, I don't know how much, because I don't invest that much time into looking at you know, what accounts are going for now, but I would assume that, you know, WoW has did a pretty good job of getting that out of there. But like I said, this expansion is just superior in my opinion. I think that it's going to be great. I think a lot of people are going to come back. It's going to be a great expansion. I've said that a lot, but I mean, I just can't stress to you how impressed I am with it. You know, it's something I've been looking forward to. It's something that I have been, you know, ever since they talked about releasing the Demon Hunter and stuff like that. I've really looked forward to playing the Demon Hunter. And you know, that's something that a lot of people are really interested in playing. Now, when it'll come out, of course, if you pre-order it, it comes out early for you. You will get to play it up to, I think it's a week early. So, as we're approaching the final boss right now. So, I mean, you know, this hasn't been a long video. This hasn't been a long dungeon. It's not really been hard, but you know, and everybody is around the same level. Now, I will tell you that the mobs do um, come to your level anywhere you go. I'll just spell that. Here, I'll go ahead and use my artifact so you guys can see it. It's just going to be healing off of what I'm doing right here. It is a very, very nice, as you can see, it's out attack and stuff like that. It's going to be healing people. So, guy right there gets a little Chinese. But, you know, and pop wings. Wings is a little different. I do think wings makes you a little bit bigger. I'm just going to use wings to burst damage here, because as you can tell, nobody's healing right now. Keep everyone pretty much topped off. So this guy, he's a pain in the ass. But something else cool I want to show you after this is, like I said, with the talent build, I have wings for like 20 seconds now, and I don't know if you can get that in red or not, but I think that is just an awesome ability to have in Holy, because man, that burst heal is gonna be crazy when I'm able to pop that out. Probably should say wing for right here when it gets a little iffy right in here, but oh well. You made it. Nobody died. Everybody's above 50. Ooh, nice, a new ring. Also, rings and stuff, they have, new stats. There's no intellect on any of it, I'm pretty sure. No, you have no intellect on your rings or neck. You do on your back, you do on your chest. Your weapon obviously has it. Let's go ahead and leave this and teleport to a dungeon so we can actually start talking about Paladin Healing. I mean, I wanted to give you a little gameplay of it. I wanted to show you the first dungeon, but I think you got a pretty good look at that right there. Not the first dungeon, but a dungeon. What do you want, man? Here's a thing. Choose second artifact to. Oh, well, we're definitely going with Ashbringer. Yes. This is my second artifact to pursue now, buddy. So now we do we get the Ashbringer? No, we don't, so we are going to have to do a quest. So, I actually don't think we have a two-handed weapon to do the quest with, so we may have to do it in Holy. But I'm not going to use that right now. I'm just going to go ahead and go back to Holy and go over it a little bit. As you can see here, once we get set up. Okay. So, we are Holy Spec. We're going to go over talents. Like I said, lots of hammer, rule of the law is what I have. Fist of Justice is my other one. So I need to get Repentance or Blinding Light. Fist of Justice for, you're doing a dungeon. Throw that in there. It's extra stun on a big ability. This one is a cool one. Your Auroras. The Devotion Aurora is actually the same as it's been. I'm pretty sure 20% reduced damage split among everybody in the range of the Aurora, which is pretty cool. Aurora of Sacrifice, where you're above 75% health, 10% all damage taken by allies within 10 yards is redirected to you, which I don't see as see, it dishes out healing because it is it's coming back to you, but 10% of all the healing effective healing you deal is replicated to all allies in their Aurora. So I mean, you could do potentially your whole group if you're grouped up could be affected by the Aurora. But like I said, I went with Aurora of Mercy here because it's constantly healing for 1.5k every 3 seconds to all allies within 10 yards. I'm sorry, every 1 second. And that adds up pretty quick. While Aurora Mastery is active, heals all allies in the Aurora instead of 3, and healing is increased by 100%. So you're popping your Aurora Mastery right here, and it's sitting there popping for 100k. Well, no, it'd be 10k, wouldn't it? Yeah, 10k. But still, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. That's a nice little thing there. I took Sanctified Wrath. Here it is, 50% longer, and also reduces the cooldown on Holy Shock. So, I mean, that's a must-have talent in my opinion. Judgment of Light, um, it heals you. Fervent Matry, cast Holy Light or Flash of Light on your Beacon of Light, reduces the cost of your next Light of Marty by 35% stacking, which is that right there. So, I mean, I don't want to take damage to somebody else, to be honest. But, you know, something to think about. Beacon of Virtue, I didn't get this. I do have Beacon of the Lightbringer. That's what I'm with there. Beacon of Faith, March 2nd. Target is a beacon, mimicking the effect of the beacon of light. Here's will now heal both of your beacons, but it reduced 20% effectiveness. So that's something to think about. That's why I went with Beacon of Light. Lightbringer now increases your healing based on the target's proximity to either you or your beacon of light, which is even closer, or whichever is closer. I'm sorry. The healing and range of Light of Dawn is increased by 30%. See, I like to use Light of Dawn a lot, so that was an easy choice for me. Let's go ahead and put my artifact on. Of course, I don't have any of that. Let's go ahead and take a look at our artifact weapon here. So right now, as you can tell, I don't have the big things unlocked on it yet. I only have 130 right now, but we do have this. So let's go ahead and stick this there. That opens up. Reduces the cooldown to lay in hands. What's this one do? We stick this right here. Man. What is this? I'm not gonna, yeah, I'm gonna swear they're gonna use the lay on hands. But anyhow, you start off with this one. Then you move on to Virtue. From Virtue, you can go to Second Sunrise or to the Knight of the Silver Hand. After Judgment strikes an enemy, all damage you take for the next 4 seconds is reduced by 3%. I took the Second Sunrise. Light of Dawn has a 10% chance to cast a second time for no additional mana cost. I'm sorry. So, you know, you're getting 2 of your Light of Dawns right there. It is a 10-second chance or a 10% chance, but you're getting 2 Light of Dawns right there. So, you know, you're doubling your group heals. Next, I will go probably. See, I really want to go towards Protector of Tyr. Aurora Mastery also increases all healing received by party or raid members within 40 yards by 15%. So that is your. Is that the one I want to do? Let me look again. The last says when the health of your beacon falls below 50%, your next holy first line. I think they're, and I think I know the way they're taking pally healers to where, if you remember, you know, in Vanilla, in Wrath, a lot, really up to Cat, you know, you had your priest, a holy priest, which we ran with, was a holy priest and a holy pally. The holy pally was the tank healer and would help the priest out, you know, AoE, stuff like that. But mainly, you know, your pally healer was on your tanks. You know, your main tank and off tank, that's who they were healing. And your holy priest was healing the raid. And that's what I think they're trying to go back to here. With the pallies being up in melee range to attack the target, to where their heals are effective when they're closer to their target that they're healing. You know, and I think that's a big portion of what they're trying to do is really make it like it used to be. Power of the Silver Hand. Holy Light and Flash of Light have a chance to unlock the power of the Silver Hand, increasing the healing of your next Holy Shock by 20% and all damage and effective healing you do within the next 10 seconds. So that's probably where I'll go. I may have to take a weird path to get to it. Like I said, I'm not going to take it all the way to 110, so I probably won't have all my artifact powers. So when the health of your beacon falls, yeah, that we read that one. Protection of Tyr. Aurora Mastery also increases the. We went over this too, but I mean the abilities leading up to it increases the critical strike damage and critical healing of Holy Shock by 8%. That's awesome. Increases the duration of Divine Protection by 4 seconds. which is a magical. So I mean that takes 24, or I'm sorry, takes it on up. You got your share of the burden. Reduces all damage you take from Blessing of Sacrifice by 10 seconds. Blessing of the Silver Hand reduces all damage. Reduces the cooldown of Blessing of Freedom, Blessing of Protection, and Blessing of Sacrifice by 5%. Expel the Darkness. Increases healing done by Dawn of Light by 3%. Deliver the Light. Increases the healing done by Holy Light and Flash of Light by 3%. Vindicator. Activates Avenging Wrath, increasing critical healing by 25% for 10 seconds. Wow, that's a nice ability right there. Templar of Light increases the duration of Aurora Mastery by 2 seconds. So, as you can see, there's a lot of abilities and a lot of ways you can go to where, you know, you can kind of play it how you want it. And that's really what I wanted to go over with the Pally Healer. I wanted to give you a dungeon, look at it. I wanted to give you a rough way of how I'm going to go with it. And, you know, that's about it, guys. You know, I hope this video helps you get a look at, if you haven't seen the Pally yet, if you haven't seen certain things they do. I'm going to make another Demon Hunter tank video, Vengeance. So, lock it up, guys. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. Zen out.